see.
Yeah, it is.
It's showing that it's going live for you, right?
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. Hi, everybody. It's Alicia. And I'm here with Giannah. Giannah, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
We are so excited to be here. I am interviewing her today because this mother of 6, now, mother of how many? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. This mother of 6 is doing amazing things online, and I'm so excited to have her here today. Giannah, welcome.
Thank you, Alicia. Hi, everybody.
We're so glad that you're here. And there's so much craziness going on in the world today, Giannah. I mean, we're here because we wanted to give people a sense of what's possible, let them hear a good story. Your story is so inspiring. Let's shift focus, because a lot of people right now are also looking at how they can make a second income, how they can work from home, gotten laid off, and they're overall just scared of the economy right now. And the great thing about working from home, as you do and as I do, is that our clients are global. Although some of your clients I know are local as well, I think. But
right.
I mean, right, your clients really are global, so you're not impacted so much by the local economy. And there's many benefits to it. So first of all, I wanted to say welcome. And here is the first question to you. But first of all, tell us the age ranges of these 6 kids.
Okay, so my eldest son, he is almost 13.
Okay.
That's my eldest child. My second child, she is 10.
Okay.
My third child, he's 9. Fourth one, he's 4. The fifth one, he is 2. And the sixth one, she is 6 months.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So here's the first question to you is, why did you want to work online? Why do you want to make money online and work online? What is your why?
Okay, my why is, it's simple, it's different, but primarily I wanted to be able to spend every free time with my family. So my children typically says when they get to school, they think about going home. When I go to work, I think about going home. So we're always thinking about being together, and we almost do everything together. So my need for this would have started many years ago. I really didn't understand the structure of online, but I knew that I didn't want to work in an office. My personality as an extrovert, I don't do that setting, and I have to have something different to do every day. I have to have a challenge, and I'm more on the creative side rather than on the theoretical side, more practical. So when I had my first child, just based on my own dreams, wanting to be a parent, I knew that I didn't want somebody else to influence my child. And so I wanted to spend all of the time with him until he was ready to go to school. That decision was not something I made on my own. I would have made that with my husband, and we knew that we wanted to do this with every child. So from the beginning, I knew I wanted to work from home. Based on my professional life, I would have had certain connections in my network that they would have enabled me to do different jobs. So I would have written for CXC. I've written for Heart for the last 13 years. And those jobs would have taken me in and out of the home. So sometimes I would have gone into their institutions, and then I would have, come back home to write my reports or write the documentations or develop curriculums or something for them. So I still had a version of working from home. But then a friend of mine, when I decided to pursue writing full-time, and that would have been after I had the 5th child, I decided that I was not going to go back to work full-time to do the 9 to 5. And a friend of mine, whom you know, Julian, I said to him, Julian, I need something that is going to enhance my writing. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, and my one basket is writing, and this is what I'm gonna always be doing. Because personally, I believe that if you believe in something, if you believe in a vision that you have, then you're gonna put everything into it. You're gonna risk everything for that one vision. So I put all my eggs in that one basket. And he said to me, why not reach out to Alicia? So he gave me a number because he's one of those persons who, if you see him, you're gonna feel accountable if you are not productive. So I saw him and he said, did you call Alicia yet? And I like, no, I don't call her yet. And I didn't allow him to ask me a second time. So when I called you, you sent me the contact for the persons in your office, and the rest is history. But my primary reason is just because I wanted to spend all my free time with my family.
I love that. I love that. What a great why. What a great why. So you talked a little bit about the fact that you took a course. What course did you take? Which course did you take?
Okay. One of the things that you had advised me of is that I don't need to worry about learning something. I can harness earning online from my own skill. But one of the things that will also help to leverage my own skill would be the design course, or one of the courses that you offered. So I took the design course, and believe me, I told Julian over and over that $10 is like, it set everything a sale. You know, that $10 for that design course, it did everything else. And that is something that will be a part of my foundation and something that I'm grateful for. So the design course, I still do book covers. I do my own book covers, and I do book covers for other persons now.
Yeah, I loved it. I love the book covers that you did. They looked really good.
Thank you.
So the design class, which only costs $10, and for those of you who are interested, it's at thedesignmasterclass.com. And a lot of people have taken that course, and it's really done well for them because design is in such high demand. But you also took what you learned in that class and you applied it to your passion, which is writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how hard was it for you to take a class in design, but then apply it to your passion, which is writing?
Okay, well, it wasn't hard, and I'll tell you why, Alicia. What it did, it actually complemented my writing. I also took the transcription course, and I'll tell you how both of them complemented my writing. First of all, when I have a client who wants a book, or they want a devotional, or they want an article, the design class has helped me to do my imaging for my articles. It has helped me to do my imaging for my social media posts. It has also helped me tremendously in creating a package for my clients who are ordering a book. So I'll be either editing a book, or I'm writing a book for a client, and I'll provide them with a free book cover. Usually that does the deal and causes them to choose me over somebody else. Sometimes what I'll do, I'll offer the book cover at the cost, at the $5, and then I'll do the 3D versions for free. I'll also provide them with more than one option, because one of the things that you stress, and I find it very important to do now, is to always over deliver, always give, because it comes back in multiplied portions. So I usually do more than one. In terms of the transcription course that I did, how it has helped me, I find that when I speak to persons, my content flows much better than when I just, get up and type.
Right.
So what I've been doing, I'm working on my book now. And so what I do, I record my phone calls. So I call somebody up who I share my information with, and I'll talk to them. I'll record that call, and then I'll transcribe it as a result of learning in the transcription course. And now I'm building my content for my book. So those two courses, they have complemented my writing in more ways than I thought initially.
Wow, I love that. What I love is that you over deliver and you give your customers things that they don't even ask for, but you know that they need. So that's obviously one of the reasons why your business is flourishing so much. Let's talk about how well your business is doing. Give us inspire us. Tell us about how good your business is doing.
Okay. To be honest with you, Alicia, when I just started out, I thought I'd just make maybe $5 in the first month. But I started last year about, is it a June or July? I don't focus on those things, but I started somewhere around that point. But at that point, I would have been heavily pregnant just the same because my daughter was delivered in August.
Okay.
So for the month of July, yeah, it was July. I earned that 1 month $500. My first month, I earned $500, and I didn't get to do much in August because there were some verification issues with Fiverr, and it took a while to be resolved. And then by the end of the month, my daughter was born. Of course, September, I would have just, come back and been home. So I didn't do much September and October. And then I resumed work. And since then, my first book, a matter of fact, Alicia, I wrote a first book for about 30 pages for a client. And that time I got $40 for it because I would have priced everything pretty low at that time.
Right.
Well, by November last year, I was able to charge for the same 30 pages, $175, $200. Clients were willing to pay. And these are offers that I would have made, packaging them with the covers, packaging them with free Kindle formatting, because Kindle formatting is pretty easy, but regular book formatting would have been a different rate. And most persons now are they are selling their books online more than paperback. So it's pretty easy to get for somebody a package with an ebook cover and Kindle formatting. They will be ready to accept the offer. And so I find that persons are willing to pay more. So when I charged back in July $40 for a 30-page book, I'm able to charge maybe 5 times or 2 times or 3 times that, depending on the client's budget. And I'm always willing to work with the clients. And once you cause them to feel comfortable, I usually get through. One of the things I thought about sharing with the listeners tonight is that though you may get clicks and though you have persons clicking on your gigs, one of the things that really causes the clients to settle down with you and become that return client is the way you communicate with them in the conversation piece. That once they reach out to you or once you send in an offer, maybe in the request section, it's how you communicate with them. So though you may be getting a lot of clicks, you might find that you're not getting orders, and it could really be how you're doing that communication, because it's the words that sell you. It's really your words that cause the person to trust you, nothing else, because they're not seeing you. So it's what you communicate to them at the end of the day that is going to cause them to say yes. And one of the things that I do, I think I'm okay with words because I'm a writer. I practice to do that every day. I write at least half an hour a day because that is my craft, and it's important to write half an hour every day than write 3 hours one day for the week. It's the continuous work. So in terms of the business doing well, the reason why I think I can do well, it's a number of reasons. Not just how I respond, not just advertising my gigs, but also staying in the loop with persons who've done it before. So there are persons whom they're in your circle, and there are persons who are in the Fiverr group circle who offer tremendous support that would have caused the business to do well. Persons like Amanda, persons like Lakeisha, persons like Deandra Rowe, other ladies in the group, Faithlin, not just the post, but the fact that they're a phone call away to support you when you need some information. And so you make it your duty to support them as well.
That's right.
They are a huge motivation, because there are gonna be days, and there are days when I don't want to do anything in the business more than spend time with my children. Believe me, I prefer to play, dominoes or the card games with them. But writing is something that I absolutely enjoy, and so I make sure that I practice on it every day. So those responses that you give to the clients, write them down, practice them, read them over, see if this is something that you would like to hear from a seller. And if it's something that you would like to hear, then the buyer would want to hear that from you. So write them down, have your friends vet them. Lakeisha vets my work sometimes. I send her my pieces and she reads them over and tells me if it's okay. I'm not the best designer. Carrie, in the group, she's an awesome designer, and she sends back everything. Sometimes she says, Giannah, you're overthinking it, but she, they're the voice of reason that helps the work to get done. Everybody needs somebody, and once you keep the right persons in your circle, then you're going to advance to success.
I love that your circle for working at home are these great other people that are in our circle as well, these other students who've taken our courses. Because just like Lakeisha and Carrie, you talked about, they're so active in the group and helping other people. I think it's very nice. And, you're helping so many just by doing this interview too, but I think it's so nice how we just keep it going, right? Keep helping one, help one, help another, and it just keeps going like that. So I love everything that you're talking about. And I know you're giving so many tips to so many people. So let's talk about one more tip, and that is, how do you get orders? So your first month, you made $500. You bought a $10 course, you made $500 in your first month. Congratulations. How did the people just find you? Did you do buyer requests? How did you get some of those orders? Did you go into the Facebook group? What did you do to get some of those orders?
Okay. Primarily, I advertise my gigs every day. Amanda is someone who, from the beginning, from the get-go, she said, I'd post your gigs twice every day, Giannah. Click on other person's gigs and just keep posting your gigs, keep marketing. So that's the number one thing that I did on Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't have a Twitter account. I don't advertise on LinkedIn. I did that only through the Facebook Fiverr Jamaicans group. That's on Facebook. We do that, and just the clicks from the persons who support you in the group, it caused, I get orders. The orders keep coming. Orders keep coming. Recently, I started doing a course that it's one of those fast track courses. It's 8 weeks long and it's a lot of work. And so I've reduced my presence in the group in terms of posting I still click for others, but I don't post to get too many clicks, because what I find, sometimes I would have to forward my clients to my other colleagues. So if I have a transcription and I can't do it, I'll call Alicia, I'll call Giannah, or give it to somebody else. And so the support is there. But initially, I advertised my gigs. One, I always check the requests, always, and I always respond to requests, always, always, always. So no matter how many jobs you're getting, always respond to them, because if you don't get a job, you'll actually learn how to respond, and you keep improving on your response, because sometimes, remember, the client only sees your words, and so it is what you write that will convince the client. Sometimes it's not the money that you're bidding at, but it's just what you write. So each time you respond to a request, whether you get through or not, it helps you to develop a rhythm of what to say at the beginning, what to say in the middle, how to close your off, and how to get them to take action and order from you. So over time, that's what I do. And then how do I maintain my customers that I have? I keep in touch with them. I try to find ways to assist them, because I write, they have books, and I check on the selling rate of their books. I sometimes purchase the books. So I tell them, send me your link and I'll give you the first purchase. I also make connections with them. So if I check on them and they say that, okay, the book is not selling through enough as they want it to, I'll find someone that I find reputable enough on Fiverr that would be able to help them to market the book. So I have one person that I work with. So once I write the book, I usually forward them to that young lady, and she'll help them to market it on all social media platforms. And I find that it boosts their sales. And then once the sale is going through good for that book, they return to me for a second book and a third book. And they typically recommend me to their friends. So the first person that I wrote that $40 book for, she has now recommended her pastor to come to me to get a book from me. And so she keeps recommending me to friends who would have read her book. Recently, she had book signing in different states because the book is doing so well. So it's a matter of, causing them to realize that you're there for them and you're there to support their journey and you're there for the long haul. You'll retain those customers, you'll turn them into return customers. Always send an offer for the request and always post in the group. Those are the 3 things I do.
I love it. I love it. Those are really good tips. Let me ask you this. You talked about the 6 kids and why, and you wanted to stay home and work from home, right? So are you saying that what you're making online now allows you to stay home? You don't have to go out and seek other ways to earn online. This is your 100%, this is your income that you're making that you need to make for your family.
Okay. I have the support of my husband and I always have his support, whatever I'm doing. So, I
just meant like your contribution. So
in terms of my earning,
yeah.
Right now, Alicia, let me see, in January, I had, for that month, I have had over $800 order in 1 week. Right. So if you, in terms of writing the books, sometimes they stretch in terms of the length of the book and the amount of research that is required for the book. But in terms of being able to say, make a contribution, I've made a significant contribution to the home. And a matter of fact, even on Fiverr, a gentleman had asked me to write an article, and I wrote the article, and he got back to me immediately after I delivered the article, and he said to me, can I write for him on a long-term basis, because he manages a magazine online. So I told him yes, no problem. He sent me his contacts and we communicated, outside of Fiverr because of his online platform. And now he's a regular customer of mine. I have the leverage to write as many articles as I want for him.
Wow.
On an ongoing basis. I have a password to his site, and I'm able to just upload my articles and he vets them and okays them to go live. So Fiverr not only allows you to get direct money from Fiverr, but it provides you opportunities to earn outside of Fiverr and build your personal brand. So in terms of contributing to the home, it's not hard, it is easy. I've been doing it and the family has been benefiting from it.
And you said your husband supports you, so it sounds like he's happy with the work that you're doing and working from home.
He supports me in everything that I do. And this is maybe one of the things that he supports the most, because he knows this is important to me, so it becomes important to him.
Right. Yeah. And I bet it's important to him that you're home with the kids too. Like he probably loves that part of it. So congratulations on that. And I know as a woman, it's important for us to make our own money and to contribute and to have that feeling of making our own money. I'm always encouraging women. I'm like, come on, ladies, you need to make your own money, So you've given us a lot of advice already and a lot of tips, but if you could leave everybody with one piece of advice for somebody that is really wanting to get to the level that you're at right now, what would that piece of advice be?
If you can visualize a tweezer, it's wide at one end and narrow, and it gets narrower at the other end until you get to a little point, right? You start out at the wider end, and the more you pursue your vision, you have less avenues for escape and distraction. And after a while, you're going to realize that this is all you think about, and this is all you put yourself and your energy into. Because you keep pursuing, you end up with less distractions. But if you stop pursuing, you are not going to get to that focal point where you can focus on that one thing and master it. So what I'll say to everybody, just take the path of the tweezer, don't stop. If you stop, you're not going to realize your full potential. Just keep going.
Wow. This has been an amazing interview, and I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and away from your amazing family and large family. I just love the 6 kids part, right? I was telling you, I was like, I can barely remember to feed my cat. You have 6 kids. So good for you. And I'm so proud of you and what you've accomplished. I'll also say to all of you guys listening that one thing that you hear as she's talking is that she's very motivated, she's very responsible. So as a business owner, when you own your own online business, you have to deliver to those customers. You have to over deliver, as she's taught us, right? Communicate well with them, something else that she's taught us, and then be very creative. One of the things that she said was that she puts packages together. So, when somebody's hiring her to write a book, there's other things that she can do, like do the book cover, that she can include in a package and increase her prices. So always be looking for creative ways to build your business. Giannah, we thank you so much for joining us here today. You've been such an
Thank you, Alicia.
I know, such an inspiration and motivation, and I hope that you continue to tell your story and inspire and motivate others, especially women who want to stay at home with their kids. It's a great story to hear your story. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everybody for jumping in and listening to this interview. And I just want to encourage you, we're doing these interviews, especially during this time of crisis right now, so that we can encourage and motivate other people, especially those who are scared, panicked, worried about the economy and their financial situation. I'm going to encourage you. We've got our course called Freelancing 101. It's completely free right now. We're going to give you a coupon code. It costs $47. We give you a coupon code to get it for free. If you know anyone who's been impacted, please pass it on to them. You'll see the URL somewhere up top, I believe, but it's alicialittle.com/free. So go ahead and download that. And I'm encouraging all of you to, get on in this, work online if you're not already working online. And if you are, take your business to the next level. Thank you so much. Bye, Giannah.
Bye, Alicia.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.